It is unacceptable and wrong that acts of vandalism and arson are being seen across the country, including against Catholic churches.
Justin Trudeau says burning down Catholic churches is wrong, but has he also excused the behavior by some of his words? Hi, I'm Brian Lilly, political columnist with the Toronto Sun. It has been a sad sight to behold since the discovery of 215 unmarked graves at the former residential school in Kamloops, British Columbia, the 751 at Cowessess First Nation, the Marival Indian Residential School in Saskatchewan, that people are hurting, but that some people are turning to outright attacks on religion, acts of vandalism and violence, and burning down churches. At least 9 churches have been burnt down. Many more have been vandalized. And yet, when it comes to speaking up against this, our Prime Minister was silent. For more than a week, he was silent on this issue. If this was another faith group, do you think that Justin Trudeau would have been quick with a tweet or to find his way in front of a camera? Absolutely. Instead, it took until last Friday when he was asked a single question by a member of the Ottawa Press Gallery, no follow-up to the question by that reporter or any other journalist on scene. What he said was fine by them. But when I listened to what he said, yes, he said it was wrong, but then he went on to excuse the actions by saying it is understandable. If you say it's understandable, then you are giving credence to what is being done. You heard the clip at the beginning of this video of Trudeau saying that it shouldn't be happening. But listen to it in its full context.
It is unacceptable and wrong that acts of vandalism and arson are being seen across the country, including against Catholic churches. One of my reflections is I understand the anger that's out there against the federal government, against institutions like the Catholic Church. It is real and it is fully understandable given the shameful history that we're all becoming more and more aware of.
This is not what we need from our political leadership at this point. What we need is someone to stand strongly and condemn in unequivocal terms these actions. Saying, I condemn it, but it's understandable, is not unequivocal condemnation. In fact, it's not even condemnation at that point because he's saying it's understandable. Trudeau waited a long time. There were plenty of First Nations leaders standing up and saying that they were against this. From local chiefs where it was happening, like Clarence Louie in British Columbia, the Osoyoos area, or Chief Assembly of First Nations Grand Chief Perry Bellegarde, saying burning things down is not our way. But Trudeau stayed quiet. And then when he spoke, he said, it's understandable. He repeated those words on Monday at a news conference in Sault Ste. Marie while also saying it's wrong. It doesn't work that way. You can't say something's wrong, but you understand it. Not if you're truly condemning it. If this were a mosque under attack after a terrorist attack carried out by Islamic radicals, Justin Trudeau would not hesitate to say in no uncertain terms that this was wrong. There would be no wiggle room. There would be no yeah, but in his statement, which is what his understandable comment amounts to. We don't need politicians giving people who would resort to violence or burning things down a way out of their actions. They need to be condemned. They need to be arrested. They need to be charged. This isn't the way to reconciliation. We have a long way to go in this country. The ongoing discovery of these unmarked graves proves that. So do the fact that we have First Nations communities, still more than 50 of them, under long-term boil water advisories, many more under short-term. We can't give clean drinking water to our own people. There's a lot more to be done, but burning things down, tearing things down, is not the way to go. That's not the path to reconciliation. That's the path to future division. And Justin Trudeau seems to be sowing the seeds of that division every time he speaks.